So you want to create a brand for your side hustle, but you're not really sure what that means. That's what we're talking about in today's video. Hey, I'm Lise Cartwright. Welcome to Hustle and Groove, where we talk about all things email marketing, productivity, and side hustle related. Today, I want to talk to you about how you go about creating your brand when you've just started a side hustle. You're probably completely overwhelmed with all the things that you think you need to be doing when really you just need to focus on serving your clients. So that's one thing I would say. If you don't have clients yet, don't even worry about creating a brand. It's not necessary and it's just kind of busy work. Because if you aren't making money, you don't have a business, and you don't need to worry about branding your business if you don't have one that's making money. So make sure you're there. So stop this video or stop reading this blog post and go ahead and make sure you figure out how to get your first client, and you will see something below or above that talks about how to just do that. Now, if you have started making money and you now want to set up your brand and your online presence, stick with me. We're going to cover a few different things. So the first thing that you want to think about is, what is your online persona going to be? Like, what is the voice that you're choosing to speak in? Super important if you want to attract and connect with your target audience or your ideal client or customer. Make sure that you're using the words that brings in the people that you want to work with. So for me, I am really conversational, I'm pretty laid back, and those are the types of people that I want to work with. People who don't care about pomp and circumstance. I really am just someone that is laid back, casual, but likes to take action. So I'm very much focused on making sure that I use those types of words and language, and in anything that I write or deliver, that is communicated appropriately. So figure out the words that you want to use to communicate and hit home what it is that you stand for and who you can help the most, so that your ideal clients and customers can identify with you and want to reach out to you. So that is the first part that you need to have when it comes to creating your online brand. So the second, third, and fourth parts of this are all the fun things. These are the things that probably most people think about when it comes to their brands. So colors. You'll want to pick out colors that connect your audience with the voice that it is that you're trying to portray. So figure out what that looks like, and your goal is really only to have 4, 5 maximum colors that represent your brand. So you'll want to make sure that you have a color for your headings, that you'll have a color for subheadings, and then if you want to highlight text or your buttons or your links, whatever that is, that you've got those colors down, and then you'll use probably an array of colors within that spectrum. So figure out what that looks like. Now, I'm going to link below to an amazing post from canva.com that talks about how you can kind of choose these colorways and start your ideas around what those colors are going to look like, because it's one of the first things that people are going to see is your colors. So make sure you choose ones that align with you but also attract the people that you want to be working with. So another layer to that is font choice. Now, you might think that this doesn't matter, but it does, particularly when you start creating your social media things and you start creating lead magnets. You want consistency. That's how people recognize you, because you've got consistency in colors, you've got consistency in fonts. So again, I'm going to link to another post, again from Canva, that talks about all the different fonts and how you go about finding the right pairings. So I have 3 fonts, well, actually 2 fonts, but 3 that I use when it comes to social media. So my headings are Oswald, my body text is always Montserrat, or it might be Fine Montserrat. And then whenever I'm doing social media or anything like that, I will also use a script font called playlist script, just to give a little bit of variation. So figure out what that looks like for you. There are so many font combinations, but you want to make sure you get it right. And a tip for that is make sure that you're either using fonts that are in the same family. So for example, I said I use Montserrat and Montserrat Fine. So one is just a finer version of the other, and that works well. You also probably want to mix it up a little bit and have a sans serif and a serif font. So sans serif fonts work really well for headings, and serif fonts work really well for body text. So again, that blog post below is going to help you figure out what those look like. And obviously they need to match in with your overall branding and something that you're going to use across everything that you put out. So lead magnets, emails, all those types of things need to have the same consistency in terms of font and colors. That's how people identify you and your brand. And then the fourth part of this is probably just a real little idiosyncrasy that people tend to forget, but it's layout. So making sure, again, from a consistency perspective, that you're doing things that look the same, so that when people land on your website, if you've got landing pages for opt-ins, that they're all the same, that they follow the same structure, that your blog is laid out the same way, that your social media posts follow some type of consistency. You can mix it up, but you need to make sure that you're using the same things over and over again, because we connect with what we remember and what we recognize. So if you keep changing up your fonts and you keep changing up your colors and you keep changing up your layouts, then people are not going to make an immediate connection with you, and they're not immediately going to recognize that it's you. And that's exactly what you want to do when you're creating your own brand. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really wanted to hit home what it is, or what goes into creating your own brand, particularly when it comes to a side hustle. So your immediate action step is review the 4 points that I talked about, and then start figuring out what that looks like for you if you're making money. Now, if you're not, save this video and come back to it when you are. Then you can come in and do all of this fun stuff. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I would love it if you hit subscribe and the bell to get notified when the next video goes live. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.